What's going on, you guys? Oh my gosh. So, today I'm going to be doing a sit down interview with Miss Jessi and her son, Nasir. We are going to kind of discuss how everything has been going since they arrived and have been here in Mexico. They actually reached out to me prior to coming to Mexico and booked me as a client or for a consultation, and I basically assisted in the relocation. We didn't do an actual video when they first arrived and we found the house, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an update and take a look at everything now. And here we go. So, guys, we are in Los Heros, which is outside of the Periférico, and very beautiful area, very beautiful, nice and quiet. And so she actually has a whole house with the gate. This is a 2-bedroom home, and we're gonna go ahead and go in and kind of discuss everything. All right, so she has like a whole little garage area, like a little tarp to keep, of course, the sun out. This is the part that I really love here, just like a little garden area here. Very, very nice. So we're gonna go ahead and go in. Hello, hello, hola.
Hola. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Oh, look at you. Bien, bien, bien.
All right, guys. So we are back once again. I am Ty. Welcome to Adventures of Ty. Thank you guys for joining me. I have Jessi here with her son Nasir, and we are going to do this interview and just kind of let everybody know your background or what made you come here to Merida, your experience being here. Just kind of dive into it.
Okay.
So let's get started, guys. I think the first obvious question is, what made you decide to just make this huge leap?
Yes.
You as a single mom with your son, what made you come to Merida?
Okay. Well, I feel like it's mostly an extension of my own personal healing journey. So I've been, working on myself, working on my physical health, my mental health, like pretty intense for the last almost 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
And I came across, I think the first time that I came across content where I was like truly inspired, like, okay, this makes sense to me. I think this might be something that would benefit my life. I came across Stephanie Perry's channel where she talked about, Black women that are our age that feel so much freedom when they leave the U.S. And I started binge watching all that content, but also just really coming to the realization that when you evaluate relationships, you can also evaluate your relationship with your country.
Absolutely.
And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to be lied to. I don't want to be taken advantage of, and I don't want to be in any kind of situation where I'm not 100% confident that I'm safe. Because that was something that was a part of my own healing journey, was learning how to keep myself safe and how to have appropriate boundaries. And so I was like, I don't know that I can in good faith continue this relationship on this land when I know that there's better opportunities for me to be safer.
Absolutely.
And there's so much propaganda and there's so much to fight through, especially when you've already done 4 decades and you have, I had a community, my family's back home, like I had, work and school and all these things that were set up, but I was willing to sacrifice and take the risk because I felt like the reward would be greater than the risk.
Wow.
And I'm just on the very tippy tip iceberg of the journey, but so far, I've been here since Monday the 30th. I feel like just the vibe, you know, like we talked about earlier, just the vibe is very peaceful. And that's one of the main things that I seek in my life at this point is peace.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, you know what? They can't put a price on peace.
Yes.
You cannot.
I get it. Now tell me, what was I know you had told me that you had decided to do it and then you kind of stepped
Yes.
back.
Oh my God.
Tell me about that. How did you finally make that decision, like
Okay.
it's time to go?
Okay, so, you know, I'm watching all this stuff, I'm doing the research, I'm like, I think Merida might be the spot. I was looking at a couple other cities in Mexico too, so I was like, open to options. And so, in this process of like, okay, it's go time, I want to put things in motion, the first major hurdle was paring down my stuff. So, you know, I spent so many weekends like in the garage, in the basement, in the closets, in the bedroom, just kind of going through everything. I had rented a couple different, like, not full-fledged dumpsters, but like these little like bags that you could get and like you can fill them up and then Metro Waste would come and pick them up. So I think I hauled off like 3 or 4 of those things.
And you never know how much stuff you have until it's time.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is all this? You know? And so I started doing that. I got rid of basically everything at that point that I thought I had, because I had purged so much, I felt like, wow, I've really gone through a lot. And then the next step was getting my house on the market. And so that was kind of fortuitous, because like I always try to look at like the synchronous, like the signs along the way. I always feel like God speaks like subtly and in signs. So I was like always trying to look for like little signs that I was on the right path. So my daughter had just had my first grandson, and she was over at my house, and I had ordered for her. I hired this lady to like preserve her placenta and turn it into vitamins and all this.
Okay.
So she was coming to deliver the vitamins to the house. And when she pulled up, she pulled in front of the house, and my daughter was looking out the window, and she was like, some realtor just pulled up in front of the house. And I joked, and I was like, oh, or I was like, maybe someone wants to make an offer on the house. Like, nobody would want to make an offer on the house. I was like, but I was like, let me go out there and see who it is.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that she was doing this because she used to be like in birth work, like she did this and she was a doula, but she had left that and went into real estate. So she had her like plaque on her car. So I went out, it was her, I got the vitamins, and I told her about the joke I made. Oh, we thought you were somebody coming to make an offer on the house. And she was professional, and she was like, well, I'd love to help you try to sell your house if that's what you want to do. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I was thinking about getting it ready for the market. I was like, and I already had a good friend that I had done real estate with our family for years. I probably would have used him, but it was like, it just was right there.
Right.
So I was like, okay, you know, and so I got her card, and then, you know, she was very much like, you know, some of those, they're like, look, you're gonna do it, let's do it.
Yes.
So she was on me. Next thing you know, because my grandson was born at the end of November, I had it listed and ready for the market. I think it was the first week of January.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I know we listed it on a Thursday, it was under contract by Sunday, and we closed like within 3 or 4 weeks. So the sell process was like pretty much seamless. And part of that too was because I had purged so much, there wasn't a lot for me to do at that point to get ready. It was basically just like a deep clean, and she was one of those people that goes above and beyond. So she already had like her own storage unit of stuff to like stage houses.
Yes.
So she came in and like for 2 hours just started like putting up flower pots and pillows, and I was like, it wasn't my style, but I saw what she did.
Yes.
She brought in a lot of color and like eye-popping things. She took the pictures, and it was crazy because the house was like a lower price point, that there weren't a lot of other houses available in that area for that price. And so it just worked well. The timing went good. So got the house sold, and then my plan was, okay, it's February, my son's gonna be done with school in June, and I was like, so we'll take off sometime mid to late summer. Well then, you know, so I've got this cash in the bank that's ready to go. I've got this little time period where I'm waiting for my son to get done with school. and I already made an agreement with my mom that I could stay with her until the end of the school year. So then, I don't know if it was some kind of self-sabotaging thing.
We do that
Oh my
sometimes.
God. So then I'm like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna open up this business that I've been working on becoming a full-time hypnotherapist. But the intention was never to have a brick and mortar. It was always to do it online. But somehow, because I had this money in my pocket and the space became available, and I was starting to have the doubts about, do I really want to leave my grandson, you know, because he had just been born. So I had like all these things pulling on me, and I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do this. Maybe this is a big enough of a shift, just being, because I've been with the same employer for 9 years. I was like, maybe just being in this new space will be enough to give me the wind under my wings I needed. Well,
that didn't work.
So, without going into all of it, I was shown in short order that that wasn't what I was meant to be doing.
Yes.
And so then, you know, and my oldest brother did pass. And so I was always thankful that, because he passed away in November of last year. And so I was always thankful that I was stateside when he did pass, because I was able to help with the arrangements, be there for my nieces, be there for, he's my brother from another mother, be there for his mom, and, you know, other siblings. So, I was really thankful for that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, everything happens for
For
a reason.
Absolutely.
And then once it was go time, I was like, you know, he made it through another year of school, and once the school year was over, I had gotten to another place and was able to negotiate my way out of the lease, and then school was out, and I bought our one-way tickets here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I know prior to you leaving, you reached out and, you know, we did our consultation. You was like, look, I'm ready now. You're ready. And so you said you got everything set up. You booked your, I think did you an Airbnb or a hotel?
So I ended up doing a hotel. I ended up doing a hotel right in Central.
Okay. So yeah, talk about the first, you know, the experience of, you know, getting here, being in Centro.
Okay.
And I know you had decided you at first wanted to be in Centro, but once you got there, talk about that part.
Yeah. So when I told Ty that I was like on my way and like here's what I was wanting in a property, and I said I definitely want to be inside like the city proper, inside the Pettifetico, you know, preferably close to Centro, you know, this other laundry list of like things
I wanted specific, like I need this.
I was like, okay, this is what I want. And you know, the hotel, I just Googled it. It had good reviews. It was affordable. It looked beautiful. It wasn't too far from the airport, so I was like, why not? And that was great because I mean, it was everything it said it was online. It was the you know, the hospitality was great. The accommodations were great. They had a pool, and it was right in Central, so we got to walk around at night and like experience that whole vibe. And I'm glad I did. Because what I learned is it was just a little bit too busy for my taste on a daily basis. I love to go into Central and like look at the shops and the restaurants and all that, and the like the you know, the parks and everything. But I think on a daily basis that would be a little bit too overwhelming for me. A little bit too noisy. That's a little bit above my noise sensitivity. And so I'm glad that I had that experience because it gave me a reference point of like, okay, that's not quite where I want to be. And so and it was crazy because this property, the one that we're in right now, was the first one that we came to see.
So yeah, we had a couple of places lined up inside the Parenthetical.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I know this is what you asked for, but I just wanted to throw, you know, this out to you. It's outside of the Parenthetical. It's in a nice area, but it's outside, and you probably will get more bang for your buck. It's not going to be as busy, and we decided, okay, we'll check it out. So this was the first one that we came to. And so we met up, came here, you walked in the door, and talk about just your first thoughts when you walked in.
Okay, so my first thoughts when we pulled up, I was amazed at like the beauty of the greenery in the front yard. Like that was like jaw dropping to me. That in itself, probably outside of what the house looked inside, would have been enough of a selling point. Just because I love nature, I love the beauty of the plants, and so that was like wow. Like you could tell it was really well maintained, and like they did it. The landscaping was good, and that was like that aesthetic was like gold to me. I was like okay, and then also the fact that it was in my budget, I was like wow. You know, that's always the selling point. But I was like okay, came in and you know.
No, before we get into that, let's talk about Nasir's
Okay.
state.
He's like, oh my god. He's like, this is too
At
much.
that point, he had already experienced, Synthro.
Right.
When we met in Synthro, and
Yeah.
he was like already like.
Oh, he's like, this heat is killing me, y'all. Look, when we first came in here, we're looking around, we're talking to the property management, and Ty's like, he passed out in the bedroom.
This mug literally, because his house came fully furnished, he literally picked out his own room,
Right.
walked right in that room, laid down on the bed, and
took
went
a nap.
to sleep. He was asleep. He made himself at home.
And it was funny to me because he's really a very energetic kid. So like he doesn't take naps during the day, and I'm like, is he asleep? I'm like,
He had to kick his shoes off.
Right.
He
Crocs
was
off. Out.
Yes. So when you walked in and you kind of looked around, there was one thing in particular that she was like, this is
Okay, so synchronicity, signs from God. We talked about this earlier.
Mhm.
So when we were at the hotel before we took off, because Ty and I met at like a cathedral in the city center, and she was like, okay, like just let me know when you're ready to rock and roll. And I was like, okay, we're going to get dressed, eat breakfast, and then we'll be ready to go. So when we came inside, the two pieces of art that were in the home, the first one was this electric guitar print. And so I was like, okay, like I know it might seem cheesy, but it's like rock and roll. Like we're rock and roll, we're ready to rock. And then because I have been on this healing journey, and I've like, I mean, people who know me back home are gonna be laughing, but like I've done so many thousands of hours of meditation and like sound healing, and like I really like became a whole different person. And so the art in the dining room was like a print in English about like happiness is a skill, and like optimism and meditation, and like releasing resistance. And it literally says in the left corner, the goal is peace. And the wall had painted an accent color that's like one of my favorite colors, teal. And so just like, I'm not a fan of the red, but all the rest of it, I was like, you know what? I mean, I don't need a more obvious sign. I mean, honestly. And so it was 2 bedrooms. It had all the things I need. It really, some people when they say furnished, it's not quite as furnished as other places. This place really is fully furnished.
I mean, down to the bed, the
Right.
bedding, everything was here.
Yeah, 2 beds, a couch, a coffee table, end table, dining room, 4 chairs, a desk, 2 full-size beds, 2 smart TVs. I mean,
in budget.
In budget.
Yes.
Exactly what I asked for.
Absolutely.
Exactly, because I mean, I was like, I really couldn't have went above budget, and I was shocked that this was in budget. I really was.
And this is a whole house. This is not an apartment. This is
No.
a fully furnished house.
Yeah. So
You have a gate that you're able to lock.
Yeah.
So it's very secure. This area, we are in Los Heros. Again, it's outside of the periférico. It is probably, what'd you say, about 20 minutes from the beach?
Yep, I think it's like 22 miles roundabouts. So we go and take an Uber to the city center, and once a week, and take the auto progresso bus to the beach, and that's like the highlight of her week. So yeah, the beach is doable,
That's it.
accessible, affordable to get there. Yes.
Good deal. Now, since you've been here, tell me about some of the challenges, because as you know, everything is not going to be perfect.
Oh no.
You know, you can't expect to come here and everything fall in line. As
Absolutely
easy
not.
as it was to find this house,
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
purpose that it went, you have had
I
struggles.
had a few. I have. So, okay. So, I would say I was joking. I was like, everything has been so easy until it was time to set up the internet. I don't know why, but the internet was like the thing. So, I thought I had an appointment with Telmex. Or no, I did have an appointment with Telmex. I set it up online, I used the chat, and I was using like WhatsApp to translate. So if they tell me something, I'd hurry up, copy it, put it in, translate it. Like I was like, but every time I could do it, I was like so proud of myself. So I mean, but it takes a lot of concentration and emotional effort. Like the same thing that you would do in the US that you do here, and you'd be like, okay, dang, I gotta call and get the internet set up. But it's like, dang, I gotta call and get the internet set up in another language.
Like, because you, like myself,
yeah, I
speak poquito español.
Yes, poquito español. So it's like I have to, and I'm trying to, like, every day I'm learning, I'm studying, I'm like on my Duolingo, but it's like it's slow, you know, and it's just like it's gonna take time. I feel like it will probably take a good year before I'm like able to really, you know, but I'm doing my best. So I'm like using technology right now just to translate. And so I got everything set up, and it was like, okay, the guy, there isn't like a set time or even like a window like you might be used to in the US. It was just like, okay, he or she will call you when they're en route. So I'm like, oh dang, okay. So we had left to go to Parque La Plancha, and we were in the Uber, and he called. Yeah. So I was just like, we missed it. So then I get it set back up. And the guy comes out, and he's like, I'm waiting at the house all day, I'm making sure I'm here, I'm scared to even walk down the TNT. I'm like, here, I'm waiting. Because at this point, my US phone, my SIM doesn't work here, and I don't have internet. And I went and bought like a local Mexican phone, but like, the data was going quick. So I was like, not really able to call my family. I wasn't able to look stuff up, so I was like, dang, I need to get this internet set up. I have to have it. I need it to work. So it was like, there was a lot riding on getting this connection set up. So then the guy comes out and he's like, well, the area is saturated. We have to do an actual like infrastructure update. So we have to send a report back to like Telmex corporate and like ask for this update. And I was like, he's like, I'm not gonna lie, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month. So I'm like, dang, I mean, well, what can I do? So I'm like, okay,
what else can you do?
Let me know, you know, but let me know when y'all get the update done. And so I was like, shoot, I'm gonna have to look for an alternative. So I went to the mall, like a plaza, and I bought this like hotspot thing.
Okay.
It's called a bite or bait, and it's bait. And so it said that the area was serviceable, but when I brought it here, set it up, it still didn't work.
Oh my gosh.
So then, you know, I was just, like you said, it wasn't in terms of struggles, it wasn't a big one, but it was still a thing. I'm just in a new country and I can't get the communications that I want, so that was stressful. And then like getting gas service, like getting my cylinder exchange, just different daily things that I'm not used to, that I had to kind of just push through, stay calm, work through, and get it going. You know, I would say the biggest struggle would be my lack of knowledge is not being able to speak Spanish. And that's on me, you know, so it's like I gotta take responsibility and just learn the language.
Well, side note, I just had a Spanish lesson today. I had another client prior to you that I spoke about. Her name is Lois, and she has offered Spanish lessons to me. So today, before I came here, we did the lesson. It was about an hour long, and I I didn't get a chance to do my video because I was so excited. Like, and she sent me home with some flashcards and everything.
Oh, nice.
She's gonna start offering lessons really soon.
Cool. Nice.
So I'll definitely share
Yes,
her
please.
information.
I would love that.
So let's talk to Mr. Nasir. Because he asked me before we got started. He was like, I have one question. Can I be in the video? And so, of course, I thought that it would be a great idea for him to be in the video because he has so many children here in Merida and the surrounding area, like you are. And I think it would be great for them to hear kind of your experience and your thoughts. So, of course, we already know it's hot, okay, right? I'm literally sweating right now. So tell me about the heat. What did you think about when you got here and you just felt like you felt hot like that heat? What did you think about that?
I think it was very, very, very hot and super, super, super hot. And when we walked out of the car to our new house, it was so hot. And even in the house, it was very hot. So, and the bed was hot. So I just thought to myself, well, it's really hot. I feel like I should take a nap. And I went into that room, and I took a nap. And I took my rocks off, and then I fell asleep.
Right. So yes, it is very hot. And it is, I'm not gonna say you'll get used to the heat. You kind of learn to deal with it, you know. So that's one of the things, I guess that's one of the drawbacks is the heat.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hot. But the thing is, I guess you just learn to not be out in the heat during the break or during the intense heat of the afternoon. Because, like, at first, that's what I was doing. Like, doing my little errands, like, around 11, 12, 1.
No, don't want to do that. You want to get up super early. Most people here, if you're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, they already up cooking and doing stuff. You know what I mean? 5 o'clock, they're up.
Right.
So I think if you're going to do anything, it needs to be first thing in the morning. You know, by 10 o'clock, it's already hot.
Yes.
It's hot. You don't want to be
The
out.
sun is fully out.
So first thing in the morning and in the evening when the sun is going down. Typically
Yes.
about 6 o'clock. It's
Yes.
a nice time. You get the nice breeze. So yeah, you want to get all of that done at those times. In the afternoon, most people are in the house, comfortable, or at the mall under the air conditioning, those type things. You want to get everything done when it's not hot.
Right.
If you have to be out in that heat, like today, I was out in that heat, sweating. You better have a plane. You better have some internet. You better have all of that. So you know. But like I said, you kind of learn to just work around it. What about activities? I know there was a bike here that came with the house, a whole bike. What about that? Do you? I know your mom had said that you get out and ride.
Yeah, she lets me go at nighttime because she doesn't want to be out the heat because she said it would be too hot to practice. And so we wait all the way until like the afternoon, and then we go out and then we do it for like a couple minutes, and then we go back inside and we turn the air conditioning on because Mom thinks it's still hot.
Yeah. But you've done a good job riding your bike. And we're on a cul-de-sac. So that's cool because I can basically tell them to just ride between the cul-de-sac and like our house. And everybody's pretty much home by that time of day anyway. So not too much worry about like incoming traffic. So it's been nice for him to be able to ride in the evenings.
I think that's awesome, and I know you said you take them to the parks. There are a lot of parks, but La Plancha is super nice. There's
It's
so
so
much.
nice.
It's so big.
So big. I mean, we were there for the second time a couple days ago, and I was like, I love how they have like the big flag, and they have, I mean, like restaurants and like a rope museum and like emergency buttons and bike paths and walkways and
Everything.
It's so beautiful.
And it's all, it has like cameras all throughout. So
National Guard.
Exactly. You get people watching. There's like all types of people. They don't let you walk on the grass. Like it's secure.
It's secure. Yeah.
But yeah, my family and I, we went and we spent like the whole day there. Even my 19-year-old, he liked it because they have like work, like exercise
Yes.
equipment and things like that there as well. Lots of playgrounds. Really nice.
Yes.
And the restaurants, like you said, are really nice too because it's covered. I like that.
And when we were there, like the first time there was a Zumba class,
Really?
and I was like, okay, I want to try to go back for that. And then they had the second time, I seen like a huge group of people on rollerblades and like their scooters and stuff. So I was like, maybe they have like a rollerblading club.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. And
You
things
know?
are open pretty late here. I know when we went to that particular park, we were there late. I mean, it was like it was just getting started. I'm like, goodness, it's time for us to go because we done been here all day, but people were still coming in.
I feel like it's busy. When we left there last time, we were there until like 10:30.
Wow.
It was late. But you wouldn't have known.
And it
because
was a lake,
busy.
right? Wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lake there as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So very nice. A lot of different things to do for kids. There are different groups and things like that. Have you joined any of the groups or met any new people here?
So the first time I went to Parque La Plancha, it was the same night as like a meetup for like the Black Narrative group.
Okay.
And I actually forgot that it was that day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was at like a restaurant, I was ordering my food and a sister came up and started talking to me, but she thought I was there for the meetup, but I was just there ordering my food.
Okay.
But that was cool because then I got to meet a lot of people. And so yeah, not formally, but like I have gotten out a little bit. So
Okay.
that was cool.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm friends with that, what was her name? That we met at. It was,
So you met somebody at the park?
I think mom did because, like, me and mom were, sitting at the Lake of Rock place, cause she said she needs a beer, cause every single time that she does something hard, she needs a beer.
Juicy. So we'll edit that part. TMI.
Oh my God, that's not true. In this heat though, I did have 3 beers. Oh my God.
You had beer, she told me.
Not at once, on 3 separate days. Dang.
But that's okay. You grown.
You know what? Right. I'm like, wow.
The secret to the kids. They don't tell it all. Right. Don't tell it all.
Right. Yeah,
Tell it all your business. I was like, where is this going? He's like, "Good. You know what I'm talking about."
right. But wait, what did we meet though?
We met when.
Oh,
you were
Constance
taking-
and the little girl? That
Yes,
played with in the
yes,
park?
yes.
Yeah, so they were from Georgia, and then he played with her girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was like a lot of English speaking kids there the first time we went to the park. So
Nice.
he was like off in his own little world playing with all kinds of kids that first night. So that was cool.
That
was cool.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of different activities and meetups through that group. So I think it's Black Merida, and I think the other one is Brothers and Sisters of Merida, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and also too, I'm trying to make Mexican friends. I want to make local friends.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to. So I'm like really on edge about trying to be respectful to the
Mhm.
culture because I'm
Mhm.
like it's such a dream come true to be here.
Mhm.
Honestly, it's so peaceful and I appreciate it. So it's like I want to honor
Mhm.
like the privilege of being here, you know, and make Mexican friends,
Mhm.
learn the language, and
Mhm.
just really try to not necessarily assimilate, but like find our own path.
Absolutely.
You know,
I think that's
I
very
wanna be
important.
open.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
You won't really be able to experience it if you only, limit to yourself to what you're comfortable with. I mean, I think that was the whole purpose of coming here 2 days ago, was to step outside of our comfort zone. So if you dive right into comfort, it's going to be a little bit hard for you to kind of step out of that. So I think that is important. I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, so after like a few weeks passed, Mom told me we're gonna go back to that place, and then she told me we're gonna have another black meetup, and then nobody was there.
Yeah, because it was raining. I bet they canceled it.
Yeah.
After that, you said you could just go play on the park, and I went on the park, and then everything was wet, nobody was there.
Oh, well, we are in the rain season. We're just getting into the rain season. So typically, during that time, it rains. And pretty much it's like it's constantly, not constant like throughout the day, but it's, it starts, 2, 3 o'clock. Sometimes it starts to get cloudy. Around 4 o'clock, it'll rain. And then by 5 o'clock, it's done. But it's still cloudy, so you don't really know.
Right.
My kids, they go to volleyball practice Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
That's so nice.
So now because we're in the rain season, we're always like, is it gonna rain? Is it still gonna be raining when practice starts?
Right.
Typically, they're still gonna go. Well, it has drizzled, and they still practiced. But for the most part, by 6 o'clock, everything is done. It's very rare that it's raining like past 6 o'clock or at night. Yeah. And even in the morning, you're not gonna get it. It's typically around afternoon, about 3 or 4 o'clock, you'll get that nice good rain, and then it's done.
And it cools off some too.
Yeah, a little bit. I know today I thought it was gonna be a big storm, and it cooled. It started getting cloudy. You felt that cool breeze, and then it just went away. Yeah.
Same here. Was waiting on that rain.
Yeah.
After we figured out that the park was closed, and Mom told me she was gonna get a coffee, and then I should just wait around a little bit, and then a few minutes later, then I got tired. Then I told her, she went up to me and told me we should go on a walk, and then but there was not that much of a long walking path, so we walked around the lake. And then after we walked half of the way, Mom got scared of like 2 ducks that were sleeping.
Sleeping ducks. You don't tell it.
Girls, my mom said to me.
It's not like you wanted to do
Right. Get it off your chest, my guy. Seriously.
And after that, we spent almost like a full hour getting scared. And
We have like a video of it and everything. Trying to walk past the ducks.
so funny.
and it took like almost an hour, and she told me to go first, and then I told her to go first, and she told me.
And then y'all trying to figure out who's gonna go. That is
And
hilarious.
then Mom went first, and then she was so scared. She was super, and then she actually made it.
Aww.
And then then when I was walking, they were like, they went up to my face, and then I just screamed back, and they just
They were chill.
That's
walked
so
back, no, they
cute.
walked back, and then I just walked just a little bit, and then they honked at me, so I got scared, and then I just quickly closed my eyes and I run, and then I felt a little pinch on my leg, so I thought they pinched my leg, and then I looked there, it was just, I just scraped my knee on the concrete.
No. These are going to be great memories.
I
These
think
are
so.
moments that I don't think you'll ever forget. I think that's the cool thing about living here in Mexico. You never know what you're going to see. You see the dogs, I see chickens, and you hear cows and iguanas everywhere. I mean, it's so crazy. And the animals are different. I don't know if you notice, like birds and things, it's like they're not scared.
No.
It's like they'll just be sitting there. And I'm like,
They're like, this is our land. Y'all are in our space.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
no, they are. Yeah.
But for the most part, even like with the dogs and things, they don't bother you. I know a lot of people people are always asking like, oh, you know, these dogs just roaming. Don't you ever get afraid of the dogs and things like that? But
The dogs, they do roam, like they're everywhere.
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
this is definitely like a dog neighborhood.
I think
all of my
everywhere.
neighbors have a dog.
Yeah,
I think I'm the only one that doesn't have a dog.
Especially
Like,
a Chihuahua.
yeah,
and all the little dogs.
yes,
Yeah.
and even so all the neighbors have dogs, and the neighborhood has dogs.
Mhm.
Like not in anybody's home, but like they just
Free roam. Yeah.
and they don't bother you.
Mhm.
Like really, they don't. They're just and they know how to watch for traffic.
They cross the street, everything. They look
They know.
both ways, and they
Yes.
cross the street.
Because the first time I saw that, we were walking up to the grocery store, and I was like, oh man, I was like thinking to myself, like, I hope he looks both ways. He did look
They
both ways.
know. They know.
Yes.
In Concau, we have a center, the Centro, Concau, and all the dogs, it's like they meet up there. They hang out. They have like a little resting spot where they all sleep.
Aw.
You walk past and they lift their head up, look at you, and it's like, oh, okay. And they lay down their things. They don't bother you.
That's so cute.
We, because, you know, my family, my kids, they love animals. So I remember when we first moved here, we were constantly buying dog food and feeding the animals and things like that. But when I tell you, they remember you. And they're going to be expecting that food all the time.
Right. You adopted a whole dog.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to be careful when you feed the animals.
And one time after like a lot of weeks passed, and then after that we were walking to a restaurant, and then like there was like husky. It was hiding behind a car, and then it barked so loud. I was scared, and then I jumped out very high, and then I realized it was really small. Then I kept walking. Then we went to the restaurant.
But the dog didn't bother you at all.
But then Mom, I think we ordered a Hawaiian pizza. Then after that we saw a little dog, and then after that it was like really nice, and then I looked at one of the TV screens, and then one of them had blood choking and then like killing and knives.
So Nasir has been a little sheltered, and also, y'all, I'm not a daily drinker. I've been on the wagon for a while, in case anybody watching this. I'm like, wow, Nasir. Been on the wagon for like 8 years, and I did have 3 beers, but it's okay. It's okay. So anyway, like, the radio is like not filtered in the Uber.
At all.
So like we were in the Uber and he was like, "What in the sound? Like what are we listening to?" Because
That's a great point.
Played bad, too much bad music around him. And then when we were at the restaurant, they had 2 like big TVs with different movies playing, and I think it's just a cultural thing. But like one movie was like a traditional romance movie, not inappropriate. But the other one was like a straight up horror movie, like slash. And I don't watch horror movies, so even for me, it was a lot. And I was trying not to watch it, and he's looking at it like, oh my God. And I'm like, don't look at it until like, he saw it, so he's been talking about it. He's like, remember when we see that lady? Don't just happen like shit.
So here's the thing. You definitely want to make sure, you're talking to your kids, because you are absolutely right. There's no filter. There's not like that parental discretion like in the United States and maybe some other countries. It's okay. But so I have definitely experienced being in a car in an Uber, and they're playing inappropriate music, and it's like they don't even, I don't know if they don't know or if they just turn it on thinking that it's something I want to hear. I don't know. But I just kind of sit like,
Lord.
wow.
Right. Because I don't think, because it's funny, because like the Uber drivers, like they might, and I don't know for sure, but like I'm guessing they're not like English speaking fluently, so they aren't knowing the words.
They don't even know what's playing.
Right, but it's like they do typically play American music in the Ubers. So it's like, but honestly, I love the Uber drivers that don't play American music. I'm like, I don't really want to hear it.
Let me hear something else.
This one, I got in and he asked me what I wanted, if I wanted to hear American music, and he asked me if I I wanted to pick something, he handed me his whole phone to like
Are you
pick a channel.
serious?
And I was like, oh, you pick what you want. And he put on Aerosmith.
Wow.
I was like, that's so
funny.
funny. Like, just like a big name American band, you know? It's just like a rock band from before your time.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like Snoop Dogg or something.
No.
But I thought that was cute. I mean, it was sweet.
I think the people here, tell me about your experiences, like just
Okay.
how nice and just, it's crazy,
It's crazy.
To think of the different, how the culture is so different here.
So I feel that. So everyone, for the most part, has been so kind and accommodating and like friendly. And I mean, I can tell like sometimes people are irritated with my lack of Spanish, like at stores and stuff. But that's to be expected.
Mhm.
I know. But on a whole, everyone has been so kind. And you know, the one thing, if like 4 or 5 weeks in, I think the main thing that I've taken away is people are mind their own business.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, I need to quit staring people down and smile at everybody's faces. I'm like, because everybody else is just like minding their business, you know? I'm like, I am like that creepy American that's like, hello,
Me
hello,
too.
hello. You know, I'm
Speaking
like,
to everybody.
speaking to everybody,
I be waiting for you to
looking
look at me,
face,
like-
yeah, I'm nervous, and you know, and I'm like, I need to just chill out.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is chilled out,
Mhm.
you know. Now, granted, there are some people that like will speak first, because I'm typically the one that speaks first.
Mhm.
Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have this burden on me to be like overly friendly because we are guests in the country.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hello, hello, how are you? Buenas tardes, you know. But everyone has been so kind. They really
That's
have.
awesome.
I mean, I do have to say, we did have one bad experience.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Listen, okay, so we were he needed some new summer clothes.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. So we were at the mall. We were at
Oh
the
no.
Galleria Mall in the
Okay.
north. So we went
Okay.
to the fancy mall.
We-
We won't be back. No.
I wanted some cool shoes, and then after we got everything, we got clothes, and then they stapled our bag
Okay, so
because it
I was taking out the clothes and I was like focused. So even though I pretty much am always hyper aware of my surroundings and I always have my hand on a swivel for some reason, but it was because she positioned herself where she wasn't in my peripheral vision.
Mhm.
I did not notice her. She was behind me.
Okay.
So Nasir actually noticed her first, and he was like pointed to her like, you do know this lady's like watching you from behind. And so I
Okay.
like turned around and I was like, okay, yeah, they're watching me, but I'm like, I really don't care.
And
I'm not close to my
had-
son.
even if you didn't know, I didn't tell you this, but they had a bodyguard.
So at first it was just a clerk.
Mhm.
Then they brought over a security guard as well.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, let me just stay focused on the task at hand.
Yeah.
Let me take the high road.
Mhm.
Now, it's funny, I'll tell you what my dad said after I told him about it later. But I was like, okay, figured out what we wanted, got him a couple of outfits, and then he needed to get, his Crocs were dirty and kind of dusty, so I was like, he needed some new sandals. So,
But I decided.
oh, I'm sorry. So we were getting ready to go over to the shoe section. So I had all it wasn't a lot. It was like 3 t-shirts, 3 shorts
Mhm.
that I had, and I had them folded over my arm. And I had them like this, like, you know. So I was going, and I knew the shoe department was around the corner. So we were going to walk around to the shoe department.
Mhm.
And so she was like, ooh. And I'm like, okay, like, we can do what we do. So we went to the counter. I paid for the clothes. She put them in the bag. She stapled that mug all the way across.
Wow.
Dead ass in my face. I was like, wow, okay. So I didn't get too upset about it in the moment. Didn't end up buying shoes there, left. And I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
I
that's
wasn't
taking
sure.
The whole bag. Yeah.
So I looked at the reviews. It wasn't just a American thing. I don't think it was a black thing. I think it was just, I guess that's how they treat their customers. Like they're just really on like shoplifting. Because there was tons of people in Spanish saying the same thing. Like, why would you treat your customers like criminals? And like, you know, so I'm like, okay, well thank God it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I do?
Yeah.
You know, so once I read that, I like kind of took a sigh of relief, like, because I was like, dang, I hope this isn't my shopping experience, but it's not.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that is like, people don't pay you any mind.
It's like a once in a blue moon where you get that type of experience, and when you look back, it's like, I guess it wasn't really that bad.
It wasn't bad, because you know what, just keep it moving. Same as if you were in the US, if someone started following you around, you would just leave it at that, and go, okay, probably won't go back there, which I won't be back there. You know?
And mom she was questioning it, like she was, I heard her, I was in my room, I was playing video games, and then the music was too loud on my video games and I turned it down. Then I kept on playing, and then for a few minutes, then I heard her mom's voice, and she was questioning, like, maybe it was because I was black,
You can look at it that way. Some people may come here and look at it like, you know what, that's straight, you know, they were profiling, that type of thing. It's all that how you look at it. You really don't know, but you did take a look at the reviews and you saw that there were other people. I've been in places with my kids, and I got 3 kids, so, and sometimes they're all over the place, and I notice, you know, the people working in there, they'll kind of be watching. I tell my babies, look, don't touch nothing, don't mess with nothing, keep it moving, you know, half the time we just kind of looking, so they know, you know, and we head on up out of there. I just make sure that they know, you know, don't be touching stuff, because we don't want them to get that impression that that's what we do.
Right.
But for the most part, I know when I'm locally in Concal, we go all over the place. A lot of times we'll be going from shop to shop, and we'll have bags, and we just kind of leave them at the door. And sometimes they're like, no, it's okay, you can take your stuff. And we walk around with our stuff, and I'll be thinking, Lord, I hope they don't think I'm stealing, but they don't be paying me no attention.
Exactly.
So it really just depends.
I love that it's like a mind your own business culture. And I just need to adapt at this point. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the thing that I really have loved. You know, I do feel like on the whole, everyone has been very accepting and friendly and kind. I mean, I feel very at peace and very welcome here.
Good.
I do.
Is there anything that you feel kind of, you just question? Like, I know we had talked about school.
Okay, so my son's school experience from kindergarten, first, second was excellent. Like, he went to a school where it was like a smaller school. They did project-based learning. Everybody was in little groups. It was multi-age. It was like ideal. And he had the same teacher for kindergarten, first, second. So he had like gold star experience up until, you know, when we would have been going into 3rd grade, he would have had a new teacher. And the school actually was slated to close because of budget cuts, but they were able to finagle and keep it going, which is cool. But I was like, I've always wanted to experience, you know, a more alternative, like, homeschool type of educational experience. So I'm definitely looking at that, and maybe like doing like some tutoring, like just one-on-one classes. I did reach out to one school today that was a little bit out of our budget, unfortunately, but it looked like an amazing fit for, you know, someone who had the means to do that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be, whatever we end up doing is gonna be the right thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, for our family at this moment. You know, and I think there'll be enough ways to, even if we do decide to homeschool or unschool, for him to connect with kids and have friends and, you know, yeah.
It'll all work out just as it has.
And like I had usually for kindergarten, first and second, and mom,
You about to tell some more of her business.
I know. I was like, dang. You, my guy.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think that you guys have settled in very well. I was so excited to get back over here. I walked in and I promise you I didn't even recognize the place. Like you literally turned it all the way around and you used what you had and just kind of made it your own.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
I do have to say one thing.
Okay.
So this is the one thing that I love about this neighborhood. It is so walkable. Okay, so I mean literally, even in this Los Arrows neighborhood, there could have been other places that we were at where it wouldn't have been as walkable. But our street, so the calle, I don't want to say the street number, but the street that we're on has so many shops.
Okay.
So we are walking of a lavanderia, 2 Oxos, a Six, 2 pharmacies, a dollar store. Well, I don't know if they call them dollar stores, but you know a dollar store.
It's like a
Walmart.
Walmart.
It's like a cement floor, like a Duno Sousa.
Yeah, Duno Sousa. Okay. Okay.
We order like we have like our favorite drink when we go to the dollar stores. Like
Yes.
we have our favorite drink.
Fizzy orange drink. The
Okay.
Ballet, the orange with the carbonation. We love that.
Okay. I love that too.
Yeah. So we've been finding our little, and then like he had the bike, and we're like, dang, we need to lower the seat and the handlebars, and then we walked down to the dollar store, and then right across the dollar store was a bicycle repair shop.
Everything.
I mean, like, what else? Little restaurants. There's like 4, 5, 6 different little restaurants right within like 2 or 3 blocks. What else? And there's a hospital 3 blocks down this way.
Wow.
And then the pharmacy, the Farmacia, not Guadalajara, but Similares. They have consultations. Like there's like a little like cubby hole of like an office, and like for a very affordable price, you can see the doctor. You know, probably not for anything serious, but if you had just a small issue that I'm sure you could see. I haven't done it, but I plan to. What else? A Maxi Carna, a fruiteria with fresh juices, lemonade, mango juice, like popcorn.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it blows my
Everything.
mind.
So you don't have a car. So
I don't have a
you
car.
are able to access all of these places and
Yes.
you're able to walk.
Walk.
to them.
Walk.
Wow.
Walk. And I swear to God, I probably lost 20 pounds in the last month.
And
I've been walking
you
in
look
this-
so good.
I've been walking in this heat, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm losing weight. But I've been working out too. I've been doing like yoga and eating.
Oh,
So
good.
I've been
I-
lifting weights together.
Well,
Oh,
our
my
landlord left a thing.
Oh, for real?
So we was like the huge like heat air thing.
It feels kind of like when I saw that, I'm like, I know the landlord left this for us. It's kind of rude because my mom.
Oh, but he's
Remind me now.
always telling me I lose weight every
Please
day.
no.
Okay.
I
Oh my
thought it
God.
was kind of rude because my mom.
Maybe he's trying to say I'm fat. Oh,
Listen, my kids get on me all the
No,
time.
I'm
My son.
not trying to call you fat.
Okay.
Like, oh, there's a better one. Like, but you know what I mean.
So cute. Aw. Well, yeah, you can definitely get your exercise on by walking. You're going to sweat it out. Make sure you keep some water on deck.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So the water house. So there's like right at the end of this block, there's a little station, and you just put like your coins in. It's like $5, five pesos to fill this up. And so this is like, rather than that big one, just because I can't carry that one on my own.
Right.
This is my daily water supply.
Okay.
So I just fill this up every day, and that's enough for me to like make my coffee and to cook with, and like for us to drink like 1 glass of water each.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
I mean, I will eventually get one of the big ones, but for right now, this has been doing it.
And you can always catch a, an Uber or a taxi. I don't know if you guys have the taxis that come through Los Arrows.
I don't know.
Like the little motorbikes. Do you see
I
those?
don't see them.
I haven't ever seen them in this town either.
I don't think they have them.
But I'm sure you could definitely call an Uber and
Okay.
maybe once a week. Might not even take that long. I mean, it might be further. It might take you out a little bit further than that. Maybe every 2 weeks, the really,
Okay.
really big one, and
Yeah.
just go there
Okay.
and swap them out.
That's a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have them at at Oxo that you can just buy.
Speaking of Walmart, I did like Walmart. I thought that was gonna be a creature, like a comfort place,
Mhm.
but it's really not. It's too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe that sounds crazy, y'all, but Walmart,
I don't do Walmart.
it's too expensive.
I do
I was
Chipotle.
mad at myself.
I don't really know because I haven't been to Walmart in so long. When we first moved here, we was going to Walmart a lot, and I was spending a lot of money. And so I, started shopping at Shadrari, and they have a lot of similar stuff, kind of
Okay.
similar to Walmart. They have like their own brand, Shadrari brands,
Okay.
and I'm stuck with them. I don't really go to any other. I was even doing like the Mexicana and the Frutella. But for me, because it's so hot, I was Ubering. And I'm like, the money that I spend with Uber,
Right.
I could just do
Do the
Uber
delivery.
Eats and have them deliver it. Yeah,
That's
so
true.
that works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I pay, I think it's like $9.99 for a subscription, and then all my deliveries are free.
Nice.
So yeah, I just
Okay.
pay like a 30 peso service charge, and that's it.
Can we turn the fan on?
Well, then we but it will be blowing the air.
Yeah,
You
we
going
have to wrap up.
He's like, what's the
He done got comfortable. He want to keep talking, but we
Right.
just need a little air, right? So would you say that you are happy that you moved to Mexico?
Yeah.
Good.
He's on the fence, y'all. We'll keep it real. He's adjusting, but you know what? I would, he's, you know what? He's taking it in stride, and that is a mother's dream. Like
Yeah.
he really has. Like
It's an adjustment.
It's an adjustment.
This is a whole new
He said,
country.
"Yeah, the kid got the hardest side I ever."
Well, listen, my kids, my daughter is 8, and my oldest daughter, she just turned 14. So if I would have asked them maybe a month, because you guys been here now, what, a month?
Yeah, Mom.
If I had asked them a month in, are you happy here? Do you want to go back to the United States? They would have been like, yes, let's go. They would have been ready to go. But if I asked them now, even a year ago, if I had asked them if they like it here, if they want to go home, they would say no. They don't want to go back. They would love to see their family and their friends, but they're like, y'all can come here. My kids, they don't want to go back because they love the freedom and just the people. They, like I said, they play on the volleyball team, so they have a lot of
They still
friends.
miss their family.
Yeah, of course they miss their family, and they would love for them to come here. If they could visit them and come back, they would do it. But I'm not at a point where I'm financially able, capable to fly back and forth.
And Oma is coming.
My mom's coming
in
to
September.
visit in
Oh
September.
my,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
She's coming September 2nd through the 9th.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that'll be nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure. That'll be really nice.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm sure she's gonna be so proud, to see like how much you've accomplished in this little bit of time.
Yes, I think so. I hope so.
You
Yeah.
got a whole house.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I think it's perfect for you too.
Thank you.
You definitely made it your home. I'm super proud. You have done an
Thank
excellent
you.
job. I think that is it's a huge step to make that decision to do it and actually do it,
It feels like a dream.
Yeah.
But it feels like once you do it, like you start to reap the reward.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, dang, I'm glad I did it.
And you're glad you did it.
I'm glad I did it. I mean, there's moments like where I'm pushing myself, like, oh, how's this gonna impact him? But then what I have to do is think big picture,
Mm-hmm.
because culturally, safety, like, our family, we can always visit, they can come
Mhm.
here, we can still talk on FaceTime every day,
Mhm.
we'll still have those connections, but like, I feel like his opportunity to expand his mind
Mm-hmm.
is so much bigger here.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that we came to a new country is huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Absolutely.
huge. I feel like it's gonna, yeah, I might feel bad because like we don't know anymore. We're married and we're just, we're
But
starting
you're
from
just don't
scratch,
want
but
in.
it'll take time.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
gonna take
I
time.
should have like known a friend that was already here, but I know you already met Ty, but that you didn't know like that was like that you'd like been with like in the past.
Yeah.
So you're like we don't really have that many like friends from.
Well,
I
it
think
is
you'll
starting
meet
over.
people. Yeah.
But that's a blessing too. Make new friends.
Make new friends.
Make new
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
New friends. I can't wait to do an interview with you maybe 6 months from now or a year from now, and to see your thoughts and hear your thoughts and the experiences. I'm sure you'll be like, oh, I got this friend and that friend, and we go do this and do that. It just takes time. It
Right.
takes time, and like your mom said, you have to remember your why. You moved here for a better life for yourself, for your son. You moved here for peace.
Yes.
Tranquility, all of that, and you have it here.
But
Yes.
mine just this is the it. This is just like it's kind of like a story.
So it has been a pleasure. Once again, thank you so much for sitting it down and doing this interview with me. It's been a pleasure. I'm so glad to see you again, Mr. Nasir. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I look forward to talking to you again. But yes, if you guys are interested in setting up a consultation or you are looking to move to Merida, definitely feel free to reach out. My number is 999-155-6246. Again, that's 999-155-6246. My email is tyanthabrown@yahoo.com. You can email me and we can definitely discuss your plans, and I'll be more than happy to help you make that move. Once again, thank y'all.
Yes.
Thank y'all so
Yes,
much.
you're welcome. Thank you. You were the best.
Yes,
I was
you.
best. Professional, courteous, on point, did everything perfect.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
5-star review.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Can I go to the room to cool off?
Go for it.